Pop your mask off there.
Oh, we are going crazy.
All right, go for it. Here we go.
My name is Maggie Gallimore. I was born and raised here in Roanoke, Virginia. I live in Botetourt right now with my husband and my mother-in-law.
My name is Wendy Franco, and I'm from El Salvador, but I've been living in Roanoke for the past 4 years.
My name is Erica Bain, and I'm from Czech, Virginia. You probably never heard of Czech, so as a reference, Floyd County.
My name is SHELLEY TEER. I live in Salem currently. I am originally from North Carolina. Moved up here from Charlotte.
My family name is Cao, and my surname is XIAOYAN, and my English name is Rose.
My name is ANIYA Walker. I go by ANIYA, and I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I was a recipient of the CCAP scholarship.
The FRALIN Future Scholarship.
I'm a recipient of the Martha and Williams Adams Scholarship, as well as an Educational Foundation textbook scholarship.
I have a Virginia Tech Startup Scholarship and Martha Williams.
I'm here on the CCAP scholarship.
I currently receive the FRALIN Future Scholarship.
I received the FRALIN Future Scholarship. Hi, my name is GLYNN. I've lived in 6 states, so where I'm from is difficult. I lived in New York for about the longest, so sometimes I do claim there, but Virginia's kind of become home. I love the area here, so I plan on setting my roots down here. So for the future, I like to say that Virginia is where I'm from. So right now I'm in the nursing program. I'm in my final semester. It's actually my second degree. Didn't get a chance to use my first one. And I've wanted to be in the medical field for the longest time. And so having this nursing program here, it caught my attention, and I've been happy with it ever since I joined. So I'm continuing to work full-time as an EMT doing patient transport for Carilion on their ambulance. So I go pretty much wherever the patient needs to go. If it's hospital to hospital, hospital to facility transfers, or whether or not they are discharges home from the hospital, I'll be the one to take those patients home. So with the previous degree, I actually had plans of going to medical school, but my priorities were not straight when I was that young college kid pursuing that undergraduate degree. And unfortunately, my GPA had suffered. While I did graduate with my degree in biology, I wasn't really able to get into any post-bac programs or pre-med programs after the fact because of that poor graduating GPA. So I decided to kind of go the backdoor route, if you will. And I've been actually happier of how things turned out. I've been happier on the route that I've been on, becoming an EMT and then branching into nursing. And so that EMT position was more so of a stepping stone for me to move up into the medical field through different fields, and nursing is the next step. And hopefully there are more steps to take after that, such as my nurse practitioner or physician assistant, but I am leaning more towards the first. I've known the medical field was for me since I was 9 years old, and honestly, I couldn't imagine doing anything differently.
That's all he wanted to do. You know, we never influenced our kids, so it wasn't like, you know, us telling him, we would rather you do something in the sciences, or we'd rather you do something in medicine, or we want you to be, you know, I don't know, a contractor, you know. He ended up following his own heart, and I think that's wonderful. How was your drum cake? Yeah. Drums out.
Having family like my mother who had chronic health problems, I was coming home after high school helping take care of her most days. I wasn't going out with friends, you know, I was coming home helping take care of her. And a lot of where I got my bedside manner from and my compassion towards my patients now was from taking care of my mother, you know. So I think part of why I've even stuck through with this is because how she was treated by me, you know, and her doctors, which were fantastic. Not all patients have that experience either, and they deserve it, just like she did. So it's for her, it's for me, and it's for everyone who hasn't received the medical care, the compassionate medical care that they deserve.
If you say who inspired me, I really think I can think of millions of people. Maybe not millions, that's too much. 10 to 20 people in my life to inspire me all the way.
My husband probably.
Ultimately, my dad and my husband.
There's been multiple inspirations, but I'm also doing it for my children.
Definitely my parents.
My mom back in my country, but also my dad who has supported me.
My little brother definitely inspired me to get here. During my junior year, I moved down here to finish high school because I lived with my aunts back in Miami, Florida, and I took in a class at William Fleming called Teachers for Tomorrow, and I was really impacted by the way I changed the kids' way of learning and education, and I just felt like I wanted to help kids not in the education way, but more on the mental way, to keep them on the same page, to make sure that they're going the correct route in life. I always want people to think of me years later and be like, yeah, that girl helped me. Like, she really made a way for me. I want to make it. It's always been impacted in my life. It's always been pressed on in my life. And I just feel like if I wouldn't go to college, who would I be? I wouldn't know what I would do. I wouldn't know what career path I would have chose. I wouldn't know who I was. I wouldn't know who I am. Like, that would have been a whole different scenario. My biggest challenge in school at this moment is probably staying motivated. There's just a lot on my plate. Honestly, it's very hard to sit and stare at a computer for hours and stay there and study the same material over and over again for hours. And it's hard, but I gotta know that there's a goal I have to make, and I'm gonna make it. I did not want to leave my little brother at the time of need, because both my mom and him, they do need me. And I feel like just jumping straight into a university or just moving out of state is not a very good plan for me. I also feel like that would not be good on my part, because I'd probably be more distracted and more not on the right course. And I need that structure, and I need also that structure to go further into my education. So I felt like Virginia Western was the right choice. I'm doing this for my little brother. I'm doing this for my mom. I'm doing it for all my family. I'm doing it for everybody. I'm doing it for myself. I'm just doing it to make a difference in this world, because we need more people to not only focus on us, but focus on the children. You know, they're also our future here as well. Like, you don't know, they could be the next president, they could be the next person that cures cancer. You don't know what that child is capable of. And I just felt like if you just have that right positive management and reinforcement, then they can really make it, and they can really think differently. They don't have to think of one way as their life. They can think of it a whole nother way, the way I did.
Where do I see myself in 10 years? That's a hard question. I think I want to be a hospice nurse, but I don't know that my heart can handle it. So we'll kind of see what happens.
I see myself in 10 years as being a OB/GYN labor and delivery field, specialized helping mothers and babies in the delivery room.
Being successful in my education career in social sciences, becoming a social worker for Department of Children and Families.
With psychology, I want to go into counseling. So I see myself in 10 years, hopefully finish with my, academic goals.
In 10 years, I think I will be more financially and physically able to help the society and achieve more goals in my life.
I see myself either in school again or still practicing as a nurse.
I see myself in 10 years in a project leading role, some kind of project management in the IT field. At the beginning of the pandemic, I worked for an elective surgical office. Of course, with everything leading from the pandemic, a lot of the elective surgery offices closed. I unfortunately was one of the people who lost their jobs with all the closures, and I had toyed with the idea of going back to school for something. I spoke with a few of my friends who are computer science careers, and they told me to give it a shot. And since I was going to decide to go back to school for something anyway, I figured I'd give it a try. I'm a returning student, going to college for the second time. 12.5 years ago, I went to school in North Carolina. I graduated with a medical certification for oral and maxillofacial surgery, focusing in dental care. And I did that for the past 12.5 years before deciding to go back to school. I did a couple of online little programs first and getting some computer software knowledge under my belt to see if I'd like it. I kind of got hooked on it from there. The biggest challenge for me has been that adjustment of learning something completely different. So the past 12.5 years, it's been strictly in-office surgery, patients, and now it's something very technical, something that's very analytical, and I'm having to constantly always figure something out. There's always a challenge, something different. I chose Virginia Western because it's close to home. It's right around the corner, it's very convenient. The cost factor for Virginia Western Community College played a huge role in deciding factor for what school I wanted to attend. The programs that they offered, as well as the help afterward. They have the alumni programs that I feel like make a huge difference in being able to keep in contact and continue with learning afterward makes a big deal. I'm really doing this just for myself. I wanted something different. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to challenge myself in a new way. I like learning new things. This was something that was hard and a challenge, and I've loved every bit of it.
What will it feel like to finally graduate?
Self-fulfilling, I think. That's the best word that I can say.
It would be a sigh of relief to not have all the pending deadlines.
Strange, I think, would be my gut response. I mean, the last 3 years I've been working full-time and in school full-time. So I think that's the biggest thing that I'm gonna feel when I graduate. It's kind of strange. Like, what am I supposed to do with my life now?
It'll be great to finally graduate. It's right around the corner, so there's a light at the end of the tunnel I'm really excited about.
It will feel like a big achievement, relieved, feel like, alrighty, what's the next goal now?
Honestly, it'll be a sense of accomplishment. I think it'll be a wave of emotions. It'll just be a very gratifying feeling to say that I've done this.
Oh my God, it'll feel like an accomplishment. And then to keep going, because I want to keep going. And then once I complete my PhD in sociology, I'm coming back. I'm gonna make it to the White House. I'm gonna watch over all of the schools in America. I got a lot of plans.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
You're my lucky strike, love the way you ride. Look into my eyes, say you're ready to go. I like you surprised, but you already know. Oh yeah.
Thank you, scholarship donors.
Gracias.
Thank you.
谢谢，谢谢大家的帮忙。
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.